right here, what does it mean when there's 4 dots next to a 0? What does that mean?
4 dots next to a 0, is it?
Yeah, what does that mean right there? There's 4 dots next to the 0.
For families, sorry.
For families, right, that have no pets. They have 0 pets. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
What about this one right here?
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 7 families to 1 pet.
Yeah, 7 families that have 1 pet. Okay. Right here?
And 5 families with 2 pets.
Yep, 5 families with 2 pets.
3 families with 3 pets.
3 families with 3 pets, and
1 family member. I mean, 1 family
uh-huh.
to 4 pets.
Yes, 1 very unfortunate family with 4 pets. Yes, they've got a lot of animals to take care of. Which, and it's interesting, right? I mean, it makes sense also just on a logical level that most of the families have 1, or not most, but the, how do I express this? The largest number of, how do I express this? This guy right here, right? 1 pet is the most common, right, number. There we go.
Yes.
That's the way to describe it. 1 pet is the most common number, right? Some have 2, a good number of 2. So most of the families have either 1 or 2. And that makes sense. It just lines up with what we know, I think, from experience. I've got 2 cats. I guess technically I've got, how many chickens do I have? I don't know how many chickens, 19 chickens. Well, first, let's ask this question. How many families have more than 2 pets? Could you tell me that?
1 family.
Where are you getting that number from?
On the dot on the top.
Can you show me on the graph what you're looking at?
Oh, you're asking what family has more than 2 pets? Right?
I want to know how many families have more than 2 pets.
Oh, okay. I understand what you mean now. So that's 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3 families?
Well, 3 families have 3 pets. But notice...
I'm counting the amount of pets on the bottom of the app, so that's more than 2. Oh, yeah, so it's two of them. The 3 families have 3 pets. That's more than 2. And 1 family has 4 pets.
That's also more than 2. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I would say 4 families have more than 2 pets.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Yes or no?
That's it. Yes,
okay.
Sir. Okay. The 3 plus 1?
Yeah, it's just 3 plus 1. Yeah, right. So we've got 4 of the families that have more than 2 pets. 4 of them. In fact, it's 4 out of the 20 families. Okay? That have more than 2 pets. Now that's a number. When I said 4 out of 20, okay? That's a number. In fact, that's a fraction. Okay? Are you familiar with fractions a little bit?
I am. I just don't like them.
Okay. I think you and pretty much every single person want even better. What I recommend doing is just plugging that into a calculator and dividing. Because that's also a decimal. We can turn that into a decimal. Even easier. Anytime that as long as you got your calculator, right? And again, if you're taking this in the testing center, you'll have a pop-up screen with a calculator on most of the questions. So just divide 4 by 20 in your calculator and tell me what you get.
0.2.
0.2?
0.2, yes, sir.
Let me check. 4 divided by 20 is, 0.2. 0.2. Great. All right, so we just got to find the fraction in the answer choice that equals 0.2. All right? Look at answer choice A. Does that equal 0? Does that equal 0.2?
3 divided by 20, you said?
Yeah, is that 0.2?
No, that's 0.15.
Yeah, that's 0.15. So it's not answer choice A. Gone. What about answer choice B?
Yeah.
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 That looks pretty good. I feel pretty comfortable picking answer choice B. Okay. What's 1/4? Answer choice C. What is that? What's 1 divided by 4?
0.25.
0.25. What about answer choice D?
0.45.
0.45. There you go. Woo. Any questions about that?
No, that one is pretty cool.
That graph is tough because nothing's labeled. Nothing's
Yeah,
labeled, right?
I would have never thought the graph was like that easy because I looked at it and I'm like, they're not really giving much information.
Yeah. Well, list that have more than two. Did you tell me that?
One family.
Where are you getting that number from? So I would say 4 families have more than 2 pets.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Yes or no?
That's it. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
The 3 plus 1.
Yeah, it's just 3 plus 1. Yep. Right. So we've got 4 of the families that have more than 2 pets. 4 of them. In fact, it's 4 out of the 20 families. Okay. That have more than 2 pets. Now that's a number. When I said 4 out of 20, okay, that's a number. In fact, that's a fraction. Okay? Are you familiar with fractions a little bit?
Yeah.
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 That looks pretty good. I feel pretty comfortable picking answer choice B. Okay? What's 1